Alright guys, so I took my invention I made as the liquid coolant hose boom arm, which is a separate video. I took that boom arm, which was made to create creative camera angles with my webcam that can reach kind of far distances throughout my office because it's a nice long boom arm. Um, I use that along with a baby bottle to be able to hands-free feed the baby, which has to happen once every 2 hours, takes a long time, and is not an efficient use of time. So by masking taping the baby bottle, the baby's able to feed herself, and that saves a lot of time for me to be more productive. Now, as a side note, I'm not saying holding your baby, feeding your baby is something bad to do or to be avoided all the time, just from time to time. Um, this is something that can be done. It's very important to hold the baby, play with the baby, feed the baby, change the diaper of the baby, um, spend time with the baby, touch the baby, um, hug the baby. This way, the baby knows it's loved. Um, so, this is not to get around any of that. This is just here and there something I used. And this footage was around 2 years old at the time of this editing as well. Because some people that saw a past video I made similar or related to the same topic were concerned like that I left the baby in this bumble seat all day every day and would neglected the child. That's not true at all. First of all, I'd only babysit 2 or 3 hours sometimes. My wife was the primary caretaker. I was the babysitter more or less, and the baby would just be in short sessions in this chair. Also, if the baby were to fall asleep, I wouldn't leave the baby in the chair for very long if it looked like it was in an uncomfortable position, and I always had the baby right in front of me so I could observe the baby. Never left my sight. So, very careful care was made because, for example, if the baby slumped forward with head tilted down and fell asleep, that could constrict breathing, so you don't ever do that. But if the baby's head went backwards or to the side, I might let her sleep for 5 minutes or whatever like that. Just using my own intuition as a parent, if it looked like a safe, comfortable position that wouldn't cause any neck strain later on or whatever. So you guys just assume all the worst and that the baby was just left in this position nonstop. That's not true at all. This is just something I use from time to time to check some emails or whatever. And any parent is going to set the baby down from time to time to use the bathroom or check an email or make a sandwich. It's impossible to literally hold the baby 24/7. That's not how it works. I think a lot of people that have never even been parenting are the biggest critics of this type of thing, just assuming the worst when it's just not there, just trying to find fault when there is none. And so I hope you guys can enjoy this footage of showing her getting used to it and eventually um, enjoying using it. Gotta get that angle right. Most of these were just little texting updates I sent to family members who always want to see the baby. So I would do little videos of the baby drinking. And it shows that over the weeks following, she had a great time of it. She would fall asleep doing this and it just really worked out great. And I was able to get a lot more work done that way and be more productive rather than holding her with one arm, feeding her with the other hand, and I can't get anything done. So it was really nice. And then if she falls asleep for extended periods, I'm able to get even more stuff done. Also, note when I say extended periods, I don't mean 8 hours or whatever. I'm just talking like 15 to 20 minutes. If the baby looked comfortable, I might let her sleep without changing her position or moving her to her crib or whatever. She does have a crib too. I'm not using this as a crib substitute or anything, but if the baby falls asleep while sitting upright while drinking from time to time, it's perfectly fine and healthy to let them sleep if they look reasonably comfortable. As you could see in some of these clips, the baby looked reasonably comfortable, and I just let her sleep that way for short periods. So therefore, when I say an extended period, I mean extended as compared with 1 minute or 30 seconds nodding off to 15 to 20 minutes nodding off. That would be extended. When I say extended, I do not mean an 8-hour night sleeping in a bumble chair rather than a crib, as some people might, try to find fault and just assume these things, which are absurd. And so when you have a newborn baby, it's like, especially if you have to babysit a lot and your wife goes back to work and you're still trying to run a business and stuff, if you can come up with little tricks like this, it makes a big difference to have even little periods of time where you can get some stuff done. And also, next I'm going to show that I created another hands-free feeding solution using a clipboard and a cell phone boom arm that I taped the bottle to that could be used like just the baby laying on the floor or laying in your lap, and it holds the bottle for you. Alright, so in this photo you can see the baby actually sits on the clipboard, providing the weight for the base of it. That is the counterweight to the bottle. And two cell phone holding, they were like $5 on eBay, cell phone holders with little clamps clamped to the clipboard by spring clamping. And I have two of them because that way it can hold more weight than just one would. And then from there, I did attach the little blue end piece with tape to the cell phone clamps, just to add precision angle adjustments with the little blue liquid cooling hose, so you can adjust the angle and also the rotation of the bottle that way. And you can see both of my hands are out. The baby's not holding the bottle, neither am I. And this is just a little portable setup that you can use to have the baby on your lap while self-feeding with your hands free now to type an email or whatever while the baby's just chilling, feeding, and looking at whatever you're doing on the computer. So it's just a kind of cool way for the people that are bumble chair haters that think babies should never be in a bumble chair and it's so dangerous and all this stuff, even while you're literally sitting right in front of them supervising. This is another alternative for hands-free baby feeding where you can use just a couple $5 items and a clipboard and you're off to the races. Now, just a note though, it's not like I'm saying never hold your baby, never interact, just make everything's hands-free, and then you don't have that bonding time. I didn't do that. This was just to supplement, so maybe like a third of the time I would use this to try to get some stuff done. But the majority was still done by hand as part of a bonding process. So it's not like I hated feeding the baby or anything. I enjoy time with kids too. And I say kids because as I'm editing this, it's old footage, and I have another baby now. And specifically, the baby in this footage is presently 2.5 years old, and our second baby currently, as the time of this editing, is like 1 year, 2 months old.